Have you ever wondered how it feels to sit at the very heart of a carefully staged celebration, knowing every smiling face around you is blind to the storm you just uncovered? That's exactly where I found myself, polishing the crystal glasses, straightening the last fold of the tablecloth, every detail meticulously placed for her parents' grand 50th anniversary. A golden milestone, and I wanted everything to look flawless. Or at least, that's what I told myself. As I adjusted the silverware, ensuring it gleamed under the soft glow of the chandelier, I passed by the guest bedroom. The door was slightly ajar. I wasn't trying to eavesdrop, but her voice carried through the crack. Calm, amused, but chillingly calculated. "He's nothing more than a rung on my ladder. Once the divorce goes through, I'll be set for life." A thick silence followed. Then her sister's sharp, venom-laced reply cut through it. "Make sure you bleed him dry before he figures it out." I froze, my hand hovering mid-air above a napkin. My heart pounded, but my face remained blank. Their laughter followed, cold and cutting, echoing through the quiet halls. But I didn't barge in. No confrontation. No dramatic scene. Instead, I returned to the dining room, calmly adjusting the flower centerpiece, lighting the soft flicker of the candles, and smoothing my expression into something serene. By the time guests arrived, I played my part to perfection, pouring wine, sharing smiles, raising a glass to enduring love. Her eyes sparkled. Mine. I made sure they shone even brighter. I had already started preparing for what came next. You see, 7 years earlier we met at an elite corporate gala. She wore a striking sapphire dress that caught every eye in the room. Her ambition was sharp enough to draw blood. I'd already made my wealth. She was still chasing hers. I mistook her hunger for drive, her charm for honesty. I handed her the keys to my world. Every password, every shared account, every bit of my trust. Together we painted a perfect portrait. Candlelit dinners, whispered plans for children we'd never have, trips to places where we dreamed about the future. But somewhere between those soft "I love yous" and her cold dismissal of me as merely a step, cracks started to show. It began subtly. Her phone flipped face down every time I walked in, late nights at the office that smelled of perfume I didn't recognize, distant eyes, hollow laughter. I asked her once, gently, "Is everything all right?" She kissed my cheek lightly and whispered, "Of course, sweetheart." I never asked again. Instead, I paid attention. One evening, as she showered, her tablet buzzed on the nightstand. Her sister's name lighting up the screen with a message that read, "Stop leaving a paper trail. And for God's sake, quit charging hotel rooms on the joint card." I didn't need to unlock it. Already knew. I didn't explode. I didn't confront her. That would only give her a chance to twist it, accusing me of being cruel, paranoid, or controlling. No, I chose silence. And I began building my exit quietly, brick by brick. Step 1, secure my assets. She assumed everything was shared. It wasn't. The house. Bought before the marriage. Never in her name. One investment account. Joint, yes. But the other, stacked with profits from my company, was mine alone. Step 2, lock everything down. I moved funds to protected accounts, froze the joint ones, canceled her supplementary credit cards, and shifted business holdings into a trust under my brother's name. Every step was legal, clean, and invisible, until it was too late. Step 3, watch. I let her keep spending. Designer handbags, luxury spas, expensive jewelry. I even nodded along, pretending not to notice as she floated deeper into false security. Meanwhile, I installed quiet surveillance, not in the bedroom, I didn't want that kind of proof, but in the office, the kitchen, the hallway. Enough to record her lies, her timelines, her meetings. Then came the email, just days after her parents' anniversary. Her attorney reaching out to discuss asset division. No pretense of heartbreak. Just a business transaction. I replied, cool and polite, suggesting we involve forensic accountants. She didn't respond for a day. Then a softer email arrived. "Can we meet in person? Just the two of us." I agreed. I suggested the same elegant restaurant where we celebrated our first anniversary. A familiar, neutral battleground. She arrived dressed simply. makeup minimal, crocodile tears already glistening in her eyes. "I never wanted to hurt you," she whispered. "We just drifted apart." I let her spin her web of excuses, pretending to be the wounded victim of fate. Then, without a word, I slid an envelope across the table. Inside, printed messages, hotel invoices, surveillance stills, and a summary of every financial move I had made long before she filed anything. I met her eyes, calm and steady. "By the time you started scheming," I said, "I was already gone." Her face went ghost white. She fumbled, voice shaking. "You can't prove anything." I smiled faintly. "I don't need to prove anything." I leaned in slightly. "It's not about proof anymore. It's about what you can't touch." She sat there stunned, her hands trembling as the waiter quietly refilled our wine glasses. I raised mine to freedom. She fought back, of course, claiming emotional abuse, trying to paint me as controlling. But I'd already met with her firm's senior partners weeks before, slipping them the evidence discreetly. They dropped her as a client the next day. She scrambled for another lawyer, a second-rate one who demanded alimony. My lawyer laughed in their faces. In the end, she walked away with nothing but the clothes on her back and a phone full of deleted texts she couldn't undo. The day after the final decree, I left our house before she could come back. Every corner cleaned, no note, no goodbye. From my car across the street, I watched as she arrived to find the locks changed and the reality sinking in. Her calls came in rapid succession. 10 of them. I didn't answer a single one. Because once you've walked away from the ashes, you don't rush back to feel the flames. Now, my nights are quiet. My home peaceful. No lipstick on the glasses. No secret plots whispered in the next room. I finally understand. Love isn't about giving everything. It's about knowing exactly who deserves to receive it. She thought